What follows will be audio clips from a interview I did with Najwa Sheikh, who is in the Gaza Strip with her family. You'll hear the audio. She's in some kind of large room with a lot of other people, so the audio quality has obviously suffered, but please concentrate and it will be worth your while. I first wrote to Najwa Sheikh in 2009 after reading some of her eloquent letters that she had posted on the UNRWA site. She was kind enough to write back. I interviewed her a few times over the years. Once I could hear bombs exploding in the background. She lived in a refugee camp in central Gaza. Of course, things are now much worse. I noticed that occasionally she's been posting on Facebook. So after a while, I reached her through Facebook Messenger. The internet is much too spotty for us to have a live conversation, but she asked me to send her questions and she would make audio clips in answer. My first request was for her to describe what's happening to her and her family.
Hi Stan, I hope this finds you well. It's unbelievable how many times I have tried to record answers for your questions, because every time I try to speak, I couldn't organize my ideas. There is too much inside me to be said. There is too much anger. There is too much frustration. As a mother, we feel that we are left behind. People do not understand what is meant to be under a constant shelling and bombardments every day, with the risk of being killed or losing someone who's dear to you. Our lives since the 7th of October have been changed dramatically. It's not only my life and the life of my children, but also the life of 2.2 million people living in the Gaza Strip. The loss was great to handle, was huge. The pain was huge. The horror and fear and concerns are huge for a human being to understand and to try to cope. As you are aware, and I hope that also those who hear me are aware, that most of the population of Gaza fled their houses into the south, Rafah area in particular, because the bombing was constant and the Israeli armies were requesting people to flee their houses to what they called safe zones or safe areas. I'm sorry for all of this confusion, but as I said, because we are living in a normal situation, a miserable situation, we do not have the luxury to think very well or to organize our thoughts. Currently, our main concerns is to stay safe and to find food and medication for our children. Life since the 7th of October changed. People lost their safe areas, their houses. We have been fleeing from one place to another looking for a safe zone, though there is no safe place in the Gaza Strip. Everywhere there is bombing, every person is targeted, including women, children, elderly. As I said, there is no schools for children. You cannot find medication for people who are sick. You cannot find proper water for drinking or cleaning. It became like a battle of surviving in the Gaza Strip.
So apparently she's now in Rafah with literally 1 million other people right hard on the Egyptian border. She had stayed in her home throughout October and November until the end of December. On January 5th, I saw her Facebook post where she wrote, "Now I know what it means to be forcibly displaced, to leave your house, the place that gave you a mixture of comfortable feelings. It was too hard to leave my house. a week ago. I asked her why she left.
Why I took the decision to leave my house? Because we tried to remain in the house despite of the bombing, but day by day it became very hard for my children, for my son, to cope with the constant sounds of bombing and the fears of destroying the house on top of our heads. He had a breakdown. So we decided to leave our home, which is the only thing we worked hard and we worked years to build it. So we decided to leave it and to flee like other people to Rafah, to the south. As I said, it's a battle of surviving, not only the bombing, not only the bombardment, the constant bombardment, but also to survive the living conditions in the Gaza Strip. There is no infrastructure, there is no water, there is no electricity, there is no medication. They are destroying, literally, they are destroying every means that facilitating the lives of the people in the Gaza Strip. People are hungry, people are cold, children are dying out of starving, out of hunger and out of cold. People are living on the streets. In the area where we fled with my children and my family, it is very crowded and there is no space to walk.
I asked if people in Gaza had heard about all the demonstrations all over the world.
Yes, people heard about the demonstrations. People understand that other human beings, humanity, those who share the same humanity in the world, are caring for the population of Gaza and are going for demonstrations to try to change. But it is not the decision of the normal people. I know it makes a pressure, but now we are like the ninth day after 100, and we are still exposed to the genocide. I'm so tired, I am so exhausted, and all the people around me are so exhausted because, as I said, it's a battle of surviving. We are trying to survive the day, looking for food, looking for water, looking for the basic needs for our family. There is no electricity, there is no medication. If you went to the hospitals are running with the minimum resources, and sometimes there is people are dying everywhere. They are dying in the hospitals. They are dying in the streets also. I am talking to you now, Stanley, and I am full of concerns and worried about my family because, as you know, or you are aware that the Israelis, the IDF, are making an operation in Khan Yunis. My whole family are there. There is no communication. I cannot call them, and I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if they will be safe or not. I hope this answers your questions. And again, please accept my apologies for not being so organized because, it is insane. What is happening is insane.
What is happening is insane. It must not continue. Ceasefire now.